Appearance. A peculiar feature of its external structure is an elongated, relatively wide and mobile muzzle. Its lips, almost devoid of vegetation, have the ability to protrude forward to such an extent that they look like a tube or a kind of proboscis. The body volume is relatively small. The lip bacchus is 142 to 190 centimeters long, with a tail of another 11 centimeters. Its height at withers averages 75 centimeters. The weight of the male is 85 to 190 kilograms, that of the female 55 to 124 kilograms. Males are about a third more massive than females. The appearance of the goobak is similar to a typical bear. Its trunk has impressive size, legs are rather high, paws are big, and claws are huge and sickle-shaped. Hind paws are significantly loses in length of claws of front ones. The hairiness of these representatives is record-breaking among bears. Long fur makes them shaggy almost all over the body, and in the area of the neck and shoulders it is the longest, especially in bears, even gives an appearance of a disheveled mane. The hair color is mostly monotonous, shiny black, but often there are flecks of gray, brown, or red hair. Brown, reddish, or reddish-brown specimens are not excluded. Goobaks have a large head, but the forehead is flat, and the muzzle is substantially elongated. The color of its termination is usually gray in different variations, in shape reminiscent of a mask. The chest mark is of the same color in the form of the letter V, or rarely Y, as well as U. The fur on the lips is practically absent, and the lips themselves are so mobile that they have the ability to protrude forward in the form of a tube. The tongue is long. The lipak also differs in its dental system. The upper incisors are absent, which is an exception for representatives of the order of predators. Thus, nature has contributed to the ability of the goobak to act with its mouth cavity, when stretching out the proboscis, as a vacuum cleaner, then blowing out with a pressure of air, then pulling it into itself to capture with the air jet of insects living in colonies, such as termites. Character and lifestyle. Goobaks prefer mostly tropical and subtropical forested areas, especially those overlooking cliffs. Their other favorite place is plains with high grass. They do not climb above foothill territory. The nocturnal lifestyle is more typical for adult males, and during the day they rest in grassy semi-open rugged terrain with bushy vegetation, and in crevices, with proximity of water sources. Females with offspring and juveniles prefer daytime, which is explained by greater susceptibility to attacks of large predators, most active in the twilight and night hours. Activity throughout the year is influenced by seasonality. The rainy season decreases it, while in the remaining seasons the goobak is active without hibernating. The goobak is endowed with the ability to move perfectly in trees, but it does it not often, for example, to eat fruit. In the case of a threat, e.g. from a predator, it does not resort to this method of escape, although it is not able to run fast. Armed with its courage and relying on its strength, this small bear is able to come out the winner even in a clash with a tiger. Like other bears, the goobak leads a solitary life, except for cubs and the mating season. Usually does not leave its area of residence, which is about 10 square kilometers, except for the seasonal movement of males during the monsoon. Its visual and auditory receptors are less developed than its olfactory ones. Therefore, it is not difficult to be near a bear without risking to be seen or heard by it. Such sudden encounters with humans lead to the fact that the not too aggressive goobak, when approaching a human, begins to defend itself, causing injury with its claws and sometimes death. Despite its apparent clumsiness, the goobak is capable of developing more speed than humans, which makes a potential collision with it undesirable and dangerous. The behavior of this bear when encountering opponents or other large predators is similar to that of other bears. They mount up on their hind legs in order to appear higher. They roar, shrill scream and squeal, inspiring fear in the enemy. The ration of the goobak bear. The goobak is an omnivorous mammal. Its diet includes insects with larvae, snails, eggs, plants, leaves and fruits. And, of course, honey. The amount of food consumed in species ratio depends on the season. Termites make up the bulk of the goobak's diet throughout the year, up to 50% of the total amount eaten. From March to June, during the fruit sighting period, they can reach 50% of the total food base. The rest of the time these bears consume their favorite food. In densely populated areas, goobaks make forays into sugarcane and corn fields. They also do not shy away from scavenging in hard times. Reproduction and offspring sexual maturity of these representatives of the bears is in their 3 to 4 years of age. Rutting occurs in India tentatively in June and year-round in Sri Lanka. Pairs are monogamous and form until the end of life, which distinguishes them from similar species. Therefore, male competition is not frequent during the mating season. Mating of gubaks is accompanied by noisy sounds. The females are allowed to mate after 6 to 7 months. They may give birth to 1 to 2, sometimes 3 fetuses in a secluded and well-protected shelter, which may be a cave, dugout, or den. Population and status of the species. The gubak has no special commercial value, its fur has no value, and its meat is not consumed as food. The use was given only to gallbladders for medicinal purposes. The fact that the species is endangered, as the total number of individuals did not exceed 10,000 until recently, is explained by the fact that man has destroyed the gubak out of concern for his safety, as well as to preserve the beekeeping economy and the harvest of cane, cereals and palm crops. The trade and purposeful extermination of gubak bears is now prohibited. However, human activities of logging, destroying termite nests, and other ill-considered actions that ultimately reduce the food base and habitat of the animals pose a serious threat to the existence and development of the species. Thanks for watching. There will be more videos to come.